Hello everyone, I am Ridwan Ibrahim and I welcome you to another episode of Staad Pro. For today's episode, we will be working with the RAM connection where we will be designing a base plate for the column. This particular structure has been analyzed and designed. We only need to design the connection. Now we can go to RAM connection from here and then you can close this. Now, the first thing I will do is I will import the load case. So go to LC here. This is load case. You can click on it and then make sure the load case you want to use is selected. So my load case has been selected. Then click on OK. All right. So that is fine. Now I only need to work with the column, the bottom column, because this is where I will have the base plate. So I'll pick this particular column, then I will design a base plate for the column. All right, then I can use the geometry cursor. Then I'll just pick this particular column. Then I can go to smart connection and then you can click this drop down. Then you see a base plate. This is base plate under. Just click on base plate and then you can transfer everything. Then you click on OK. So the base plate has been designed and you can see the status is okay. So this is okay, this is also okay. Then let me close this. However, we have two base plates, which simply means that this particular column we are seeing, a base plate has been created for the bottom and also for the top. We only need a base plate at the bottom, we don't need for the top. So I need to delete the one we have at the top. Let me pick the node cursor. If you check here, you see we have one at node 23 and we have one at node 20. So let me confirm which is node 20 and which is node 23. I will click on this node. You can see this is node 23. I don't need a base plate at node 23. So that means I can delete this one at the bottom. Now I can double click on this particular one so we can see what we have there, and if there is anything we have to edit we can go ahead and do that. Double click on it and let's try to maximize. Now when you look at this, you can check your bottom here. You see what you have here is green color. This is telling you that the connection design is okay. If what you have here is yellow, that means there is a warning. And if what you have here is red color, that means it is a total failure. All right, so what we have here is passing. However, we still need to make some adjustments. So let me zoom in. Let me just take away this folder and my column. I don't think there is anything I need to change in my column, but if you still want to change the section of your column, for example, you can click on this and then you change the section of your column. If you want to use the UK, if you want to use any other code, you change it and then whatever you want to change there. But I'll just click on cancel. Let me go to the support. Support is what you are seeing here, which is the stored. Okay, all right, so I would like to change this stored, which is the support. For my support, I would like the dimension to be 300 mm, which will be 0.3 meter. 300 mm by 300 mm, 0.3 meter. All right, now if you look at something, you see that this has changed. The status has changed from okay into warning. Also, I can adjust the height of the pedestal. I can change that to 1000 mm. All right, so but obviously when you zoom in closely and you see that the base plate is it is extending outside of this support. So I'm going to reduce the length of the base plate. Let me go to base plates. You can see this is base plates, and then I'll change the dimension. Let me change the dimension to 250 mm by 250 mm. All right, then when you see that it is now passing back. You can see it is now passing again. Okay, so you can change all of that. Now this is making more sense. And then the thickness, let me try a thickness of 10 mm, or let me say 12.5 mm, which is like half inch. Let me say 12.5 mm. Okay, so that is the thickness I want to use. Well, I think 10 mm should be enough. right? And then if you want to change the material of the steel, you can change it as well, but I prefer to use the steel of 836. Okay. And then the welding, it will be welded to the column. Okay. So if you want to change the welding type, you can do a lot of that, but I'll just prefer to use this. And then the size of the welding, the fillet weld, obviously you can see we have a fillet weld here. Okay, so the size we have here is 5. Okay, if you want to change that, let's try to change to 10. You see that will get bigger. You can see that is now bigger. Okay, you can see it is still passing, so you can do more. I think that is fine for the welding and then for the base plate. Now what I will still edit is the anchor bolts. Okay, the length of the anchor bolts is not long enough, so I will increase that to about 300 mm. And then let's try to see the size too. So let me come to anchor. Let me take away this. The anchor, it says the row number per side. Okay, so per side I only need 1, and then anchor bolts per row I have 2. Okay, so let's say you want to have, you can see you have 1, you have 2. So if you want to have like 3, all you just need to do is insert 3 here. Then you see you have 3 numbers. Okay, but let's use 2. 2 should be enough. Now there are several things you can edit pertaining to the anchor bolt. First of all, you can change the distance from the anchor bolt has 4 edges, right? This is 1 edge. Okay, so you can determine the distance from the edge up to this point. You can as well determine the distance from this edge up to this point. Okay, so this is the longitudinal distance, while this is the transverse distance. Let's try to change this. This is 50.8. I will still leave it in 50.8, but let me try to show you the difference. Let me put it in 100. Now you can see that the distance from this point, up to this point has increased. So that is the increment that I just made. Let me put it back in 50.8. Okay, so you can see it has come back here. Now let's see for this other side. Okay, now if I want it to move closer to the column, all I just need to do is increase it from 50.8. Let me put it in 100, for example. Then you see, now you can see it has even moved more closer that you cannot even see it appearing here. Okay, so let me try to put it back in, let's say 60. You can see it is now appearing. However, it is very close to the column. So let me just put it in 50.8 back. Okay, so this is a good position. So by doing that, you are just trying to change the position of where the anchor bolt is. All right, now let's see the anchor bolt type, the type of anchor bolt you want. Do you want the headed, or you want the L or J? Let me pick the L, for example. Then you can see the kind of shape we have. All right, so this is L shape. However, if you want the J shape as well, you only need to click on the J shape. Then you see how it will be returning. Okay, so if you want the return like this, you can have it. Let's use the J shape, for example. Okay, then the diameter, you can see you have 1/4 inch. If you want to increase the diameter, you can do that. Just say, let's say 3/8. Then you can see what we have. This is the diameter, 3/8. Now another thing I will have to change is the depth. Okay, I want to use a depth of 300 mm. Now you can see the effective embedded depth. So let me change that to 300 so that it can be longer, or let's say 300 should be fine. Then you can see that it has been increased, and you can see the status, it is still passing. If it is not passing, you have to confirm what is wrong, and you have to do that. All right, so the material, it is a steel. You can try to change that. You can see it's steel anchor, and then if you want to change the material from, let's say this is grade 36, right? So if you want to change it from any other grade, you can do that. All right, also you might as well decide, you can see your base plate is unstiffened. Okay, so you might decide to put a stiffener. You can come to base plate here, base plate, and then connection type, you can see we have unstiffened. Okay, so you can pick the one that has stiffener. You can see stiffener plate, and then you can see the stiffener plate is there already. So you see the stiffener plate. There's another one where there's another one, you have the stiffener channel. So you have a channel which is this channel will serve as the stiffener for you. So you can now pick the section of the channel here. You can see the section of the channel. You can just click on this drop down, and then you select this section of the stiffener. However, I don't need a channel, I just need a plate. Okay, a plate. So let me use a plate for the stiffener. All right, so this is what I have for the stiffener plate. Then you can also check the the DXF drawing. Go to DXF view, and then you are going to see all you need to see. You can see the top view. This is the top view, and then you have the detail of the anchor. All right, so you can check everything you need to check. So you can see the material type of the steel, that is A36. Okay, and then what else? You can check the diameter and everything. So when you see this, you can actually export this. Okay, you can just click on export to DXF, and then you see it will be saved as DXF. Then you just give it a name, and then you save it in the particular position you want to do. And then when you zoom closely here, you see that the front view and then the dimension, everything is kind of rough. Of course, you can do that when you transfer it to AutoCAD. You arrange that properly. You can see the section of the column, everything is given here. So this is basically everything you need to do here. All right. And then under the analysis tab, you can check the stress. Okay, you can see this is your stress. This is the stress of the base plate. You can see everything is in green color, so you use this to determine what you have there. You have the legend, so you can use the legend to do that. So if you also want to check the anchor tension, okay, just click on anchor tension. You can see the anchor bolt is now in green color. All right, then you can see what you have there. So the tension is about 0. You can see everything here is 0, 0, 0, 0. So that is perfect. All right, so let me go back to the extruded view, and then that has been saved. Let me just close that. All right, so that is how you design a base plate connection for the steel column and the concrete pedestal. Okay, however, you can have a different kind of base plate. Let's say, for example, you want to have a gusset base plate. Let's do that for this particular one. Let me click on this column, this brace, and then this brace. Then I can have a gusset, a gusset base plate for the connection under there. Just click on the gusset, and then let me pick the LFRD, LRFD, and then you pick this one. You can see the gusset base plates, and then let me take it here. Click on OK. Alright, so I have it connected, and then the status is warning. Let me close that. Alright, so let me double click on it and open. Alright, so now let me just introduce you to what you have here. If you look at this, you will see that we have the gusset plate, that is the one in green color. We have the brace. You can see the brace, that's the one you are seeing in angle bar, and then you have the column. You also have the base plate. So those are the elements you have. Now let's see the gusset plate, for example. You see that the gusset plate has 3 different connections. One, it is connected to the base plate. You can see it is connected to the base plate with this fillet welding, this triangular fillet. Okay, so that's one connection. It is also connected to the column. You can see this particular connection you are seeing here. That is also a weld connection. That's a direct weld. And then you can see that it is also connected to the angle bar with a bolt. Okay, so that is 3 connections for the gusset alone. All right, so that is why the name is called gusset base plate. Okay, so the connection is basically with the gusset. Now let's see what we have here. First of all, you see you have your actual members. That's where you have your brace. You have the right brace, you have your left brace. Let's assume that you want to take one of the braces away. You can, let's say the right brace, if you want to take it away, just click on no. Then to take that one away, you can see your status is now filling. Okay, if you want to take this other one away, you can do that, but you can't take 2 away at the same time. You can only take 1 away at the same time. Okay, so this is filling now. No problem, we can we can do that on. Alright, so that is that. And then you can also see your column. Under your column, you can do a lot of things. You can you can change it, the steel type, if you want to change to stainless steel or whatever, and then just do as you want. So if you want to change the grade and everything, do that. So let me just click on cancel. Then you can also change the orientation from web to to flange. Now under the right brace here, you can see you have your you have your gussets. Anything you want to change with your gusset, let's say you want to change the thickness of your gusset, you can do that. And then you can see gusset to brace connection. Gusset to brace connection, what they are talking about is this particular bolts. This is the gusset and this is the brace. So this particular bolt connection you have there, that is what it means here by gusset to brace connection. So you can change your bolt size, bolted. If you want it to be now welded, if you don't want it to be bolted, just click on welded. Then you can see what we have here is the weld connection. But I want it to be bolted. Okay, So you can just change a lot of things there. You also have your gusset to column. What they are talking about is this connection. You can see this is your gusset and this is your column. So the connection you want to change over there, that is what you can do here, where you have your gusset to column. You also have your gusset to base plate. You can see gusset to base plate here. What it is talking about is this one, where you can see your gusset and the base plate. You can see this horizontal, this connection at the bottom, right? So that is that. You can change as many as you want, but right now what I will just change is the is the pedestal. Let me go to the base plates. I will go to the base plate. Where is the base plate? This base plates. Then I'll go to support. Okay, so under the support, just click on with pedestal. Alright, so I'm going to change this pedestal. So let me change the dimension to, let's say 750 by 750 by 750, and then the thickness, I would like to use a thickness of 1200 mm. Okay, all right, so that is doing well. Then let me check my results. You can see everything is filling. Let me check my results. Let's see what's wrong. Everything here is passing. You can see everything is marked. So there is nothing wrong actually, as far as I can see here. However, we have a warning. You can see we have a warning. What is the warning? The warning says we have high value moments detected in the axis perpendicular. High value moments detected in the axis that is perpendicular to the design axis. So what I will just do to take away this is that, oh god, sorry. Okay, so what I will just do to take away this is that it says that I have high moments in this direction. So what I will just do is I will change the column orientation. Let me change it to flange. So I'll go to column, and then the orientation I will change it to flange. All right, now that I've changed the direction of the column, you can see that the gusset plate is now wedded to the flange, no more web. Okay, so but after I've done that, you can see that the gussets are not sitting properly on the base plate, so I need to adjust the dimension of the base plate. So let me change the orientation of the base plate as well. Okay, so to do that, just come to base plate. This is base plates. You can see this is the dimension, so let me just switch the dimension. Here I have 304, here I have 5 whatever. So let me just change this to 600, and let me change this to let's say 320. Okay, so now if you look at this now, you see that okay, yeah, the base plate is actually sitting properly. Also, the length of the base plate is long. 2 bolts in 1 row is not good enough. Let me go to the anchor. So here, number of row per side, I'll just leave that to be 1, just 1 row. Then the number, let me increase the number to 3. Okay, so that I can have one more at the center. And then let me change this to L. I prefer L. And then the diameter, let me just change the diameter to, let's say 5/8. Then the length, let me use 350. Okay, so I think this is making more sense. So you can see that the status is still red. For now, that's not a problem. Alright, so all we just do is click on optimize so that we can redesign. Click on optimize, and now we've optimized this. You can now see that the status has changed. Okay, so the status has changed, has now passed. Okay, so you have to click on optimize so that you can change the effect. Everything we've been changing has not been having effect until you click on the optimize. So you realize that after I clicked on the optimize, the number of bolts I put is still there. However, this length, you can see the length can work. This short length, as short as it is, it will work, but I think structurally it is not making sense, so I have to increase it. So let me increase the effective depth again. I will change that to, let's say 300. No, 300 mm. Okay, so that is now long. Okay, that's long enough. All right, so I think this is making more sense. You see that the status is now green. Okay, so you just have to make sure the status is green. All right, so and then you are good to go. So I think everything that needs to be changed has been changed over here. All right, so this is how you can design a base plate. You can design a gusset base plate, any kind of base plate you want to design, and this is how you make sure it works using the RAM connection of Staad Pro V8i. So you can also check your, you go to the DXF view, just check, you see this is the connection. You see this is the connection, everything. You can see the other view here. So this will tell you this is the director, this is directly booted. So you can see one view, you can see another one here. You see every other views that needs to be checked, and then your base plate as well. Just check every other thing that needs to be checked. You can, you can export that to DXF. You can go to analysis, and then you check everything that needs to be checked. Under the extruded view, you can also go to data. You will just see your calculations and then everything. Okay, then you can close that. Just make sure you save this. Okay, and then you can close that. All right, you might as well come to drawing and results. Okay, so go to drawing and result for this particular one. So everything that needs to be checked here, where you have your data. Okay, so you can see everything is here, your calculations, everything. So that's how you go about that. Okay, so if you find this video useful, kindly give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed, you can consider giving this channel a subscription. Thanks for watching.